Welcome to ZenLight 8, where the light of awareness and motivation guides you on your journey to conquer your dreams. If you're here today, it's because you're ready for a change, ready to shatter the invisible limits holding you back and step into the best version of yourself. You're not here just to get by, you're here to shine. And the secret to making that happen, it's not out there somewhere. It's already within you, in your mindset. So let's ignite that spark together with ZenLight 8. Right now, a journey where every step lights the way to your success. Mastering your mindset. Welcome to this transformative journey. If you're reading this, it's because something inside you is stirring a desire to break free from the ordinary, to push past the barriers that have been holding you back, and to step boldly into the life you've always dreamed of. I'm thrilled to have you here because today, we're diving into the single most powerful tool you have to unlock your potential, your mindset. Everything you need to succeed, every ounce of strength, every spark of brilliance is already inside you. But to tap into that power, it all starts with one thing: believing in yourself. Success begins with your mindset, and I'm here to show you how to master it. Let's get one thing straight right off the bat. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you'll ever achieve. It's the lens through which you see the world, the voice that whispers or shouts what's possible, and the driving force behind every decision you make. Think about it. Every great success story, every game-changing breakthrough, every moment of triumph you've ever heard of started with a single thought. That thought turned into belief, that belief turned into action, and that action paved the way for greatness. And it all begins with the mindset that says, I can do this. That's the mindset I want you to grab hold of today. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. But let's be real for a second. Life isn't a straight shot to the top. It's messy, it's tough, and it's full of moments that test you. There will be days when doubt creeps in, when obstacles feel like mountains, and when you wonder if you've got what it takes to keep going. I've been there, and I know you have too. Those moments of uncertainty, they don't define you. What defines you is how you respond to them. Mastering your mindset isn't about pretending those challenges don't exist. It's about choosing to see them differently. It's about understanding that failure isn't the end of the road. It's a lesson, a stepping stone, a necessary part of the journey to where you're meant to be. Imagine this. Every time you stumble, every time something doesn't go as planned, it's not a stop sign. It's a detour sign pointing you toward growth. The most successful people in the world didn't get to where they are by avoiding failure. They got there by facing it head-on, by refusing to let it break them, and by believing deep in their bones that they could rise above it. That's what I want for you. I want you to stop seeing failure as a brick wall and start seeing it as a teacher. Every time you fall, you learn something new. Every time you get back up, you're stronger. That's the power of a mindset that's built to win. Now, here's the game changer. Your thoughts have power. They shape your reality in ways you might not even realize. If you wake up every day telling yourself, I can't do this, or this is too hard, guess what? You're right, not because it's true, but because you've convinced yourself it is. Your mind believes what you feed it and it acts accordingly. But flip that script. Start telling yourself, I'm capable, I've got this, or I'm stronger than this challenge, and watch what happens. Your actions start to align with that belief. You stop hesitating, you start moving, and suddenly, the things that once felt impossible don't seem so out of reach anymore. This isn't some fluffy, feel-good nonsense. It's science. The way you think influences everything you do. Positive thinking isn't about ignoring reality. It's about reframing it. Instead of focusing on what's impossible, train your mind to zero in on what's possible. When life throws a curveball, a missed opportunity, a tough day, a setback at work, don't let your brain spiral into, this always happens to me. Shift your perspective. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me better? That's where the magic happens. Challenges stop being roadblocks and start becoming opportunities to grow, to stretch, and to step into a version of yourself you didn't even know existed. But here's the catch. Mastering your mindset isn't a one-and-done deal. It's not like you flip a switch and suddenly you're unstoppable. It's a lifelong commitment, a daily practice of choosing belief over doubt, action over fear, and possibility over limitation. It starts with waking up every morning and reminding yourself that you are capable. It's about pushing past that little voice in your head that says, maybe I'm not good enough, and replacing it with a louder, stronger voice that says, I am enough, and I'm going to prove it. Every day, you've got to decide that you're not settling for less than what you're truly capable of achieving. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a cliff. On the other side is everything you've ever wanted, your dream job, your happiest self, your biggest goals. Between you and that other side is a gap, and it's wide. Doubt tells you there's no way across. Fear tells you you'll fall if you try. But a mastered mindset? It hands you a rope and says, swing across. It's not that the gap disappears. It's that you learn to trust yourself to make it to the other side. That trust, that belief in your own potential, is what builds the bridge. And every time you take a step, every time you swing a little further, you're proving to yourself that you've got what it takes. So let's talk about how you get there. First, it starts with a choice, a conscious decision to believe in yourself. That's not always easy, especially if life has knocked you down a few times. Maybe you've heard no too many times, or maybe you've failed at something you really cared about. Those moments stick with you, I get it. But they don't have to control you. You have the power to rewrite your story. Start small if you have to. Tell yourself one thing you know you can do today. Maybe it's finishing a task, making a phone call, or just getting out of bed when you don't feel like it. Then do it. That tiny win, it's fuel. It's proof that you're capable. And the more you stack those wins, the louder that voice of belief gets. Next, surround yourself with positivity. Your mind is like a garden, what you plant grows. If you're constantly feeding it negativity, toxic people, endless complaining, or self-defeating thoughts, you're going to harvest weeds. But if you plant seeds of encouragement, inspiration, and hope, you'll grow something beautiful. Seek out people who lift you up, who remind you of your potential, who challenge you to be better. Read books that spark your fire. Listen to music that pumps you up. Watch videos like this one that push you forward. Your environment shapes your mindset, so make it one that serves you. And here's a big one: practice gratitude. I know, it sounds cliché, but hear me out. When you focus on what you're thankful for, even in the middle of a storm, you shift your perspective. You stop obsessing over what's going wrong and start noticing what's going right. Maybe it's a supportive friend, a roof over your head, or just the fact that you're still here, still fighting. Gratitude rewires your brain to see possibility instead of despair. It's a small shift that makes a massive difference. Now, let's circle back to failure for a minute, because it's a big piece of this puzzle. Failure doesn't mean you're done. It means you're in the game. Think about the people you admire, the entrepreneurs, the athletes, the artists. Do you think they got where they are without screwing up? Heck no. They failed more times than you can count. But they didn't let those failures define them. They used them. They learned from them. They turned every no into a not yet. That's what I want you to do. The next time something doesn't work out, don't throw in the towel. Ask yourself, what's the lesson here? Then take that lesson and run with it. Mastering your mindset also means letting go of old baggage, those limiting beliefs that have been weighing you down. Maybe you've been told you're not smart enough, not talented enough, not worthy enough. Maybe you've told yourself those things. But those are lies. They're stories you've bought into, not truths. You're not stuck with them. You can rewrite them. Start asking yourself, what if I'm wrong about this? What if I'm more capable than I think? That question alone can crack open a door to a whole new way of thinking. So here's my challenge to you. What would happen if you started believing that everything you want is already within your reach? What if you woke up tomorrow and decided, I'm done doubting myself, I'm going for it? I'll tell you what would happen. Your life would change. Not overnight, maybe not even in a week, but bit by bit, step by step. Because when you believe in your potential, you act like it. You stop waiting for permission or the perfect moment, and you start making things happen. Mastering your mindset is about taking control of your thoughts, your reactions, your future. It's about deciding that no matter what life throws at you, you're not backing down. You're not giving up. You're not settling. You've got dreams, you've got goals, and you've got the power to make them real. It all starts up here in your head with the choice to believe that you are enough. So take that first step today. Shift your thinking. Embrace the challenges. Trust the process. Because when you master your mindset, there's nothing, and I mean nothing, you can't achieve. You've got this. The world is waiting for you to step into your greatness. Let's make it happen together. Overcoming doubt and fear. Hey there, incredible soul. If you're here with me right now, it's because you're ready to take on something big, something that's been tugging at your heart, whispering in your ear, daring you to chase it. But let's be honest. There's something holding you back. Isn't there? Maybe it's that knot in your stomach, that little voice in your head, or that shadow of uncertainty that keeps you up at night. I'm talking about doubt and fear, two of the sneakiest, most powerful forces that stand between you and your dreams. But here's the good news. You don't have to let them win. Today, we're going to break through those invisible walls together. And I'm here to tell you that overcoming doubt and fear is not only possible, it's your ticket to greatness. Let's start with the truth. Fear and doubt are natural. They're part of being human. Every single person who's ever done anything worth talking about, from inventors to athletes to artists, has felt them. You're not alone in this. I felt it too. That racing heartbeat before a big decision. That nagging question of, what if I fail? But here's the secret that separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's not about never feeling fear or doubt. It's about acting anyway. Success doesn't come from waiting for those feelings to disappear. It comes from moving forward despite them. And trust me, you've got what it takes to do that. Think about fear for a second. People love to break it down into an acronym. False evidence appearing real. I know it sounds cheesy, but stick with me. There's truth in it. Fear is often just a story we tell ourselves. It's the what-ifs that play on repeat in our minds. What if I mess up? What if they laugh at me? What if I'm not good enough? But here's the kicker, those are just assumptions, not facts. They're movies your brain is making up, not reality. Sure, they feel real, your palms get sweaty, your chest tightens, but they only have power if you let them take the driver's seat. Fear isn't your boss. It's just a passenger, and you get to decide whether it stays quiet or runs the show. I want you to picture this. You're standing at the edge of a diving board. The water below looks deep, maybe a little cold, and you're not sure how it's going to feel when you hit it. Fear steps in and says, don't jump, you might belly flop. Doubt chimes in with, you've never been good at this anyway. But what happens if you jump anyway? Maybe you nail it, maybe you don't. But either way, you're in the water. You've done it. And the next time you're up there, it's not as scary. That's the magic of acting despite fear. Every time you do it, you chip away at its power. You prove to yourself that it's not the monster you thought it was. Now, let's talk about doubt, that inner critic that loves to tear you down. Doubt is the voice that says, you're not smart enough. You don't have what it takes. Or this dream is too big for someone like you. It's a liar, plain and simple. Doubt doesn't know you, not the real you. It's just a distortion, a shadow of insecurity that tries to keep you small. But here's the thing, you don't have to listen to it. You can turn down its volume and turn up the voice of belief instead. Because you are good enough. You do have what it takes. And your dreams? They're not too big. They're just right for you. So how do you start overcoming these two troublemakers? Let's break it down. First, recognize fear for what it is. A feeling, not a fact. When it shows up, and it will, don't run from it. Face it. Stare it down. Ask yourself, what am I really afraid of here? Maybe it's failing at a new job, or maybe it's what people will think if you try something bold. Whatever it is, name it. Call it out. Then ask, is this really true? Or am I just imagining the worst? 9 times out of 10, you'll see it's not as solid as it seems. The smoke, not stone. And when you see through it, you can walk through it. Here's a little trick I've used. Take one small step. Fear loves to keep you paralyzed, but action is its kryptonite. You don't have to leap off a cliff right away. Just dip your toe in. Want to start a business but scared it'll flop? Don't quit your job and go all in tomorrow. Start by researching, making a plan, talking to someone who's done it. Each tiny move proves to fear that you're not backing down. And the more you move, the less it controls you. Before you know it, you're not just stepping, you're running toward your goals. Now doubt? That's a different beast, but we've got a weapon for it too. Your past wins. Think about it, you've already overcome so much. That time you thought you couldn't finish that project. But you did? That moment you were terrified to speak up, but you found your voice? Those are victories, my friend. They're proof that you're tougher than doubt wants you to believe. So the next time that voice creeps in saying, "You can't do this," hit it with a memory. Remind yourself, "I've done hard things before and I'll do them again." Let those wins fuel your fire. They're your shield against the lies doubt tries to sell you. Let me tell you a story. A while back, I wanted to take a big leap, something I dreamed about for years. But fear and doubt were loud. "You'll fail," they said. "Everyone will see you're a fraud." I almost listened, but then I remembered a time I'd pushed through, a moment when I'd been scared out of my mind but came out on top. It wasn't huge, just a small win, but it was enough. I took that memory, held onto it like a lifeline, and used it to quiet the noise. I took the leap. Did it go perfectly? Nope. Did I survive? You bet. And I learned more from that one messy step than I ever would have sitting still. Here's another angle: fear of failure. Oh, we've all been there. It's the big one, right? The idea that if you try and fall flat, it's game over. But let me flip that for you. Failure isn't the end. It's a detour. It's feedback. Every time you fail, you're not losing, you're learning. Think about a kid learning to ride a bike. They don't fall once and say, "Well, guess I'm not a biker." They scrape their knee, get back on, and figure it out. That's you. Every stumble is just showing you what to tweak, what to strengthen. So stop fearing failure, start welcoming it. It's not your enemy. It's your coach. And what about the fear of judgment? That's a heavy one too. We live in a world where everyone's got an opinion, and sometimes those opinions sting. What will they think if I mess up? What if they don't get it? Here's the truth. Their opinions don't define you. Yours does. The only judgment that matters is the one you hold about yourself. When you let go of needing everyone's approval, you free yourself to chase what lights you up. You stop living for their nods and start living for your purpose. And trust me, that's when you become unstoppable. So how do you replace doubt with belief? It's a daily choice. Every time fear or doubt pops up, you've got a split second to decide, do I let this stop me or do I push through? Choose belief. Say it out loud if you have to. I'm stronger than this. I've got this. Repeat it until it sticks. And lean on your past, those moments when you proved you could rise above. They're not flukes. They're evidence of who you are. You're not starting from scratch here. You've got a track record of resilience, and it's time to own it. Let's wrap this up with a challenge. What's one thing you've been scared to do? One dream you've doubted you could pull off? Today, take one step toward it. Doesn't have to be huge, just something. Send that email, make that call, write that first line. Feel the fear, hear the doubt, and do it anyway. Because here's the deal. Those feelings? They're not here to stop you. They're here to test you. And every time you push past them, you grow. You rise. You become the person you were always meant to be. You've got so much more power than you realize. Fear and doubt don't own you, you own them. So take back the reins. Act despite the noise. Replace the lies with truth. You're capable of breaking through every barrier, of chasing every dream, of building the life you've imagined. The world's waiting for you to step up, and I'm right here cheering you on. Let's do this together. Building unshakable confidence. Hey you. Yes, you, the one who's ready to step into something bigger, something bolder, something that's been calling your name. I'm so glad you're here because today, we're diving into one of the most powerful forces you can cultivate: unshakable confidence. This isn't the fleeting kind that comes and goes with a good hair day or a compliment. This is the deep, rock-solid belief in yourself that carries you through storms and shines even brighter on the other side. And here's the best part. You don't have to be born with it. Confidence isn't a gift handed out at birth. It's something you build, brick by brick, through action, courage, and a little bit of grit. Let's get started on constructing yours right now. First things first. Confidence doesn't just show up one day, all polished and ready to go. It's not a magic trick or a lucky charm. It's forged in the fire of doing, of stepping out, taking risks, and pushing past the edges of your comfort zone. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly confident? I bet it wasn't when you were sitting still, playing it safe. It was probably when you tried something new, faced something hard, or stood up when you could have stayed down. That's because confidence grows through action. It's not about waiting until you feel ready. It's about acting even when you don't, and letting that action prove to you what you're capable of. Let me paint a picture. Imagine you're at the gym, eyeing a weight you've never lifted before. Your hands are sweaty, your heart's pounding, and a little voice says, "You can't do this." But you grab it anyway. You lift. Maybe it's shaky, maybe it's not perfect, but you do it. And when you set it down, something shifts. You stand a little taller. You feel a little stronger. That's confidence being born. It's not about nailing it every time. It's about showing up, stepping up, and proving to yourself that you've got more in you than you thought. Every time you stretch beyond what's comfortable, you're laying another brick in the foundation of unshakable confidence. But here's the thing, building that kind of belief isn't just about big, dramatic moves. It's also about how you talk to yourself along the way. Your inner dialogue is huge. If you're constantly telling yourself, "I'm not good enough," "I'll never get this," or "I don't belong here," you're tearing down your own confidence before it even has a chance to grow. Flip that script. Start speaking to yourself like you'd speak to a friend you believe in. That's where affirmations come in, simple, powerful statements you repeat to rewire your brain. Try this. I am capable of amazing things. I have everything I need to succeed. I am worthy of my dreams. Say them daily out loud until they sink in. They're not just words. They're seeds, planting belief where doubt used to live. I'll let you in on a little secret. I didn't always believe in myself. There was a time when I'd look in the mirror and see all the reasons I couldn't do what I wanted. But I started small, whispering to myself, "You can handle this," before a tough day. First, it felt silly, like I was faking it. But over time, it stuck. Those affirmations became my armor. They didn't erase the challenges, but they gave me the strength to face them. And the more I faced, the more I believed. You can do the same. Pick one affirmation today, say it like you mean it, and watch how it shifts the way you carry yourself. Now, let's talk about your environment because it's a game changer. You can't build unshakable confidence in a vacuum. The people around you matter. Surround yourself with those who lift you up, who see your potential, who cheer you on when you're doubting yourself. Think about the difference. When you're with someone who believes in you, you feel like you can take on the world. But when you're stuck with negativity, the naysayers, the critics, the "you'll never make it" crowd, it's like trying to grow a flower in concrete. Seek out the supporters, the dreamers, the ones who push you to be better. They're your sunlight, your water, your soil. With them, your confidence doesn't just grow, it thrives. But here's where it gets real. Confidence isn't about never failing. In fact, failure is one of its best teachers. Sounds counterintuitive, right? Stick with me. When you try something and it doesn't work out, a project flops, a goal slips away, it's easy to think, "See, I knew I couldn't do it." But that's the old mindset talking. Unshakable confidence says, "Okay, that didn't go as planned. What can I learn?" Failure isn't the opposite of confidence. It's the fuel for it. Every time you fall and get back up, you're proving to yourself that you're tougher than the setback. You're building resilience, mental muscle, and a belief that no matter what happens, you'll keep going. Think about someone you admire, maybe a leader, an artist, a friend who's crushing it. Do you think they've never messed up? Nope. They've got a trail of failures behind them, but they didn't let those moments define them. They used them. They learned, adjusted, and came back stronger. That's what I want for you. The next time something doesn't work out, don't hide from it. Embrace it. Ask, "What's the lesson here?" Then take that lesson and run with it. Each stumble is a step toward confidence that nothing can shake. And here's the glue that holds it all together: purpose. Confidence isn't just about feeling good. It's about knowing why you're doing what you're doing. When you're clear on your why, your mission, your dream, your reason for getting up every morning, it's like a compass. It guides you through the tough stuff. Maybe your purpose is to build a business that changes lives, to create art that inspires, or to be the best version of yourself for the people you love. Whatever it is, connect to it. When you're rooted in purpose, obstacles don't feel like dead ends. They're just bumps on the road to something bigger. Purpose turns "I can't" into "I will." And that's where unshakable confidence lives. Let me tell you about a time I had to lean on this. I was chasing a goal that felt way out of my league, something I dreamed about but never dared to try. The doubts were loud, the risks were real, and I could have walked away. But I asked myself, why does this matter to me? The answer hit hard. It wasn't just about me. It was about the impact I could have, the person I could become. That purpose pulled me through. I took the leap, stumbled a bit, but kept going. And every step built confidence I didn't know I had. You've got a why to find it, hold it tight, and let it carry you. So how do you start building this unshakable confidence today? Take action, even if it's small. Step outside your comfort zone, sign up for that class, pitch that idea, say yes to something that scares you. Speak to yourself with kindness and power. Use affirmations to drown out the noise. Surround yourself with people who see your greatness. Ditch the doubters and find your cheerleaders. Embrace failure as a friend, not a foe. Every fall is a lesson in disguise. And anchor it all to your purpose. Let it be your North Star. This isn't about being fearless. It's about acting in spite of fear. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up, doing the work, and trusting yourself even when you don't have all the answers. Confidence is a journey, and it starts right here, right now, with the belief that you are capable, worthy, and ready for everything you want. You don't need permission. You don't need to wait. You've got everything you need inside you to build a confidence that nothing, no setback, no critic, no storm can shake. So what's your next move? Pick one thing, one action, one affirmation, one person to reach out to, and do it today. Feel the nerves, hear the doubts, and go for it anyway. Because here's the truth. You're stronger than you think. You're braver than you know. And the world, it's waiting for you to step into your power. I'm right here with you, believing in you every step of the way. Let's build that unshakable confidence together, starting now. Developing a growth mindset. Hey there, you amazing human. If you're here with me right now, it's because you're ready to unlock something incredible, a way of thinking that can transform your life from the inside out. I'm talking about a growth mindset, the foundation of everything you're capable of becoming. This isn't just some buzzword or feel-good theory. It's a game changer. It's the belief that your abilities, your talents, your potential aren't set in stone. They can grow, stretch, and soar with effort, persistence, and a little bit of courage. And today, we're going to dive into how you can develop this mindset and turn every challenge into a stepping stone toward your greatness. Let's do this. So, what's a growth mindset all about? At its core, it's the conviction that you're not stuck where you are. You're not defined by what you can do right now. You're defined by what you can become. It's the belief that with hard work and dedication, you can improve anything: your skills, your intelligence, your resilience. And here's the best part. It sees challenges not as brick walls, but as opportunities to learn. Imagine that for a second. Every time life throws something tough your way, instead of thinking, I can't handle this, you think, what can I gain from this? That's the shift we're aiming for. And it's going to open doors you didn't even know existed. Let's be real. Most of us don't start out with this mindset. Growing up, you might have heard things like, you're just not a math person. Or, some people are born talented and some aren't. That's what's called a fixed mindset. The idea that your abilities are locked in, unchangeable. And it's a trap. Keeps you small, scared to try, afraid to fail. But a growth mindset flips that on its head. It says, maybe I'm not great at this yet, but I can get better. It's not about being perfect today. It's about growing into the person you want to be tomorrow. And that starts with effort and persistence, not some magical gift you're born with. Think about something you've always wanted to do. Maybe it's learning a new skill, starting a side hustle, or getting fit. A fixed mindset might say, I've never been good at that, so why bother? But a growth mindset says, I might not be good at it now, but if I put in the work, I can figure it out. That's the power of this way of thinking. It doesn't care where you start. It cares where you're willing to go. And it turns every I can't into a let's see what happens. That's freedom, my friend, the freedom to try, to grow, to become more than you ever thought possible. Now, here's where it gets exciting. A growth mindset doesn't run from challenges. It runs toward them. Why? Because every tough moment, every hurdle, is a chance to learn something new. Picture this, you're working on a project and it's not going well. Deadlines are looming, things are falling apart, and you're tempted to throw in the towel. A fixed mindset says, this proves I'm not cut out for this. But a growth mindset says, okay, this is hard. What can I take from it? How can I improve next time? That shift changes everything. Challenges stop being threats and start being teachers. And the more you learn, the stronger you get. Let's talk about failure for a minute because it's a big piece of this puzzle. Most people see failure as the end, a big, red F stamped on their worth. But with a growth mindset, failure isn't a period, it's a comma. It's not I failed, I'm done. It's I failed, and now I know something I didn't before. Think about the greats, inventors like Thomas Edison, athletes like Michael Jordan. They didn't succeed because they never failed. They succeeded because they kept going after they did. Edison didn't invent the light bulb on his first try. He failed thousands of times. But he saw each flop as a lesson, not a defeat. That's what I want for you, to stop fearing failure and start embracing it as part of the process. And that brings us to feedback, another goldmine for a growth mindset. Let's be honest. Nobody loves hearing criticism. It stings. When someone points out what you did wrong, your first instinct might be to get defensive or feel crushed. I've been there. Someone tells me, this could have been better. And my gut reaction is, ouch, they think I'm terrible. But here's the growth mindset twist. Feedback isn't an attack. It's a gift. It's a roadmap to getting better. Instead of shutting down, you lean in. You ask, what can I do differently? You take it, tweak it, and come back stronger. That's how you turn good into great. Not by avoiding critique, but by welcoming it. I'll share a quick story. A while back, I was working on something I cared about deeply, a passion project. I poured my heart into it. But when I showed it to someone I trusted, they didn't hold back. It's got potential, but it's rough. My ego took a hit. I could have sulked, given up, told myself, I'm no good at this. But I took a breath and asked, what needs work? They gave me specifics, I listened, and I went back to the drawing board. The next version? Miles better. That feedback didn't break me. It built me. And it can do the same for you. Don't fear the notes, use them. So, where does success come from in all this? It's not about talent or luck. It's about persistence and belief in your limitless potential. A growth mindset knows that success isn't an overnight thing. It's the result of showing up day after day, even when it's hard, even when you don't see results right away. It's trusting that every effort, every lesson, every tweak is stacking up, building something bigger. And it's rooted in this unshakable faith. There's no ceiling on what you can achieve. The only limits are the ones you set. And with a growth mindset, you're tearing those down. Let's get practical. How do you start developing this mindset today? First, catch yourself in the act. Next time you think, I'm just not good at this, pause. Add a yet to it. I'm not good at this yet. That tiny word changes the game. It's a promise to yourself that you're not done growing. Second, seek out challenges. Don't wait for them to find you, go after them. Sign up for that course you're scared of. Tackle that task you've been avoiding. Each time you do, you're training your brain to see hard things as opportunities, not obstacles. Third, embrace effort. A growth mindset doesn't lean on natural ability. It celebrates hard work. Think about something you admire in others. Maybe a musician's skill or a friend's hustle. They didn't get there by accident. They put in the hours. You can too. Start small, practice a skill for 15 minutes a day. Push through when it's tough. That effort compounds, and before you know it, you're the one people are looking at, wondering, how'd they do that? Spoiler. It's not magic, it's persistence. And don't go it alone. Surround yourself with growth-minded people, the ones who cheer your progress, challenge your limits, and share their own lessons. They'll remind you that you're not stuck, that you're on a journey. I've got friends who've pulled me out of my own head, saying, "You've got this, keep going." Find your crew, they're your growth fuel. Together, you'll push each other higher than you could alone. Here's the beauty of it. A growth mindset isn't something you perfect overnight. It's a muscle you build, a habit you grow into. Every time you choose effort over excuses, learning over quitting, possibility over doubt, you're strengthening it. And as it grows, so do you. You start seeing the world differently, not as a place that's out to get you, but as a playground for your potential. There's always room to improve, always a next level to reach, always a new version of yourself to step into. So, what's your challenge today? Pick one thing you've been avoiding because it feels too hard. Maybe it's a conversation, a skill, a goal. Approach it with this mindset. I might not nail it, but I'll learn something. Take that first step, messy, imperfect, whatever. Then keep going. Celebrate the effort, not just the outcome. Because here's the truth. Success isn't about never falling. It's about how you grow through every stumble. It's about believing your potential is endless and backing that belief with action. You've got this. The only limit is the one you accept. And with a growth mindset, you're done accepting limits. You're here to learn, to stretch, to rise. The world's waiting to see what you'll do next. And I'm right here rooting for you. Let's develop that growth mindset together, starting now. Embracing the power of consistency. Hey, you incredible dreamer. If you're here with me right now, it's because you've got something big inside you, a vision, a goal, a spark that's ready to light up your world. And I'm so excited to talk to you today about the secret weapon that's going to turn that spark into a blazing fire. Consistency. It's not flashy, it's not loud, but don't let that fool you. Consistency is the powerhouse that transforms dreams into reality. It's the steady, quiet force that takes you from where you are to where you want to be, one small step at a time. So let's dive in and embrace the magic of showing up day after day until you're standing on top of everything you've ever wanted. Here's the deal. Consistency is the key that unlocks your potential. It's not about grand gestures or overnight miracles. It's about those little, regular actions you take every single day. Think about it like planting a seed. You don't dig a hole, drop it in, and wake up to a towering tree the next morning. No, you water it, you nurture it, you give it sunlight day after day. At first, you don't see much, just dirt. But underneath, something's happening. Roots are spreading, life is stirring. And then one day it breaks through. That's what consistency does for your dreams. Each small step, each email you send, each workout you finish, each page you write, is a drop of water, building something bigger than you can see right now. Let's get real for a second. We live in a world obsessed with instant gratification. Want food? It's at your door in 30 minutes. Want entertainment? It's streaming in seconds. But success? Real, lasting success? That doesn't come with a deliver now button. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And consistency is what keeps you in the race when the excitement fades and the grind sets in. Because here's the truth. Those big wins you dream about, the career breakthrough, the healthy body, the finished book, they don't happen in one dramatic moment. They're the result of countless small moments, stacked together over time, held tight by your commitment to keep going. I want you to picture this. Every day you're laying a brick. It doesn't look like much on its own. Just a little block of effort. Maybe it's 20 minutes of practice, a phone call you didn't want to make, or a choice to stick to your plan when you'd rather scroll your phone. But stack those bricks day after day, week after week, and suddenly you've built a wall, then a room, then a whole house. That's your dream taking shape, not because you did something huge once, but because you did something small over and over. Consistency turns someday into today. And that's where the magic lives. Now, let's bust a myth. Success isn't instant. I know we've all seen those stories, the overnight sensations, the viral successes. But dig deeper, and you'll find years of quiet work behind them. The truth is, most of us give up too soon. We start strong, full of fire, but when the results don't come fast enough, we fizzle out. We think, this isn't working, or I'm not good enough. Sound familiar? I've been there too. Starting something with big hopes, only to hit a wall and wonder if it's worth it. But here's what I've learned. It's not about how fast you go. It's about how long you keep going. Success is the reward for those who stick with it, who trust that every step, even the slow ones, is building something real. That's where effort, habits, and discipline come in. Consistency isn't just showing up, it's showing up with purpose. It's about building routines that carry you forward, even when motivation dips. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't skip it because you're not feeling it, right? It's a habit, automatic. Now imagine applying that to your goals. Want to get fit? Make it a habit to move every day, even if it's just a walk. Want to write a book? Set a time to write, even if it's one paragraph. These small habits don't rely on willpower. They become part of who you are. And discipline, that's the glue. It's what gets you out of bed when you'd rather sleep, what keeps you focused when distractions call. Together, they turn effort into progress, step by step. Let me share a story. A while back, I wanted to learn something new, a skill I'd always admired but never tried. I started out pumped, but a few weeks in, I hit a plateau. No progress, no breakthroughs, just frustration. I almost quit, but I decided to try consistency instead. I committed to 15 minutes a day, no matter what. Some days it felt pointless, like I was spinning my wheels. But I kept going. And you know what? After a month, I looked back and saw how far I'd come. It wasn't fast, it wasn't glamorous, but it was real. Those little chunks of effort added up, and I'd built something I was proud of. That's the power of sticking with it. It works, even when you can't see it yet. Here's another superpower of consistency. It crushes doubt. You know that voice, the one that says, "You're not cut out for this," or "This is too hard." It's loud when you're starting out, and it loves to pounce when things get tough. But when you show up every day, even when you don't feel like it, you're telling that voice, "Not today." Each time you follow through, you prove to yourself that you're stronger than the doubt. You create momentum, that beautiful forward push that makes the next step easier, then the next, until you're rolling toward your goal like a freight train. And with every move, your confidence grows. You start believing, "I can do this," because you're already doing it. Think about an athlete training for a big race. They don't win by running once a week when they're in the mood. They win by hitting the track every day, rain, shine, tired, or not. That's consistency in action. It's not about being perfect. Some days they're slow, some days they stumble, but it's about being there. And over time, those miles add up. They get faster, stronger, surer of themselves. You're that athlete. Your dream is your race. And every day you show up, you're training for the win, building not just skills, but the belief that you've got what it takes. So how do you embrace this power today? Start small. Pick one thing that moves you toward your goal and commit to it daily. Maybe it's 10 minutes of reading, a quick sketch, a few push-ups. Keep it doable. The point isn't to overwhelm yourself, it's to build a habit. Tie it to something you already do, like after your morning coffee, so it sticks. And track it, mark a calendar, use an app, anything to see your streak grow. That visual proof is gold. It reminds you you're in this day after day, and it's working. And don't expect perfection. Consistency isn't about flawless days. It's about showing up anyway. Tired? Do a little. Busy? Squeeze in what you can. Life will throw curveballs. A sick kid, a late night, a rough week. But don't let that derail you. One off day doesn't undo your progress. Quitting does. Just get back to it. The beauty of consistency is its forgiveness. It's not about never falling. It's about always getting up. Every step, even the shaky ones, counts. Here's the payoff. Consistency builds trust in yourself, in the process, in your dreams. When you keep showing up, you stop wondering if you'll make it. you know you will. It's not a question of if, but when. And that certainty, it's rocket fuel, pushes you past the doubts, past the slow days, past the moments when you want to give up. Because you've seen it work or not in some far-off future, but in the small wins piling up right now. That's how you turn I hope into I know. So what's your next step? Pick one goal, something that lights you up, and start today. Not tomorrow, not Monday, now. Do one small thing toward it. Then do it again tomorrow. And the day after that. Watch how those steps stack up, how the momentum builds, how your confidence blooms. Because here's the truth. Consistency isn't just about reaching your dreams. It's about becoming the person who can. You're not waiting for success to find you, you're building it. Brick by brick, day by day. You've got this. The power's in your hands, not in luck, not in talent, but in your choice to keep going. The world's waiting to see what you'll create, and I'm right here cheering you on. Let's embrace consistency together, starting now. Overcoming self-doubt. Hey there, you amazing soul. If you're here with me right now, it's because you've got something incredible inside you, a dream, a goal, a vision that's begging to come to life. But there's a little hitch, isn't there? That quiet, nagging voice that creeps in when you least expect it, whispering, "You're not good enough," or "You can't do this." I'm talking about self-doubt, that sneaky, all-too-common barrier that tries to keep you from stepping into your greatness. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to win. Today, we're going to tackle self-doubt head-on, tear it down, and build something stronger in its place. You ready? Let's do this together. Let's start with the truth. Self-doubt is a universal experience. It's not just you, it's all of us. Even the people you look up to, the ones who seem fearless, unstoppable, they've felt it too. That CEO crushing it, that artist you admire, they've had moments where they questioned themselves, where they wondered if they were enough. I've been there too, staring at a goal, heart pounding, mind racing with all the reasons I might fail. But here's the difference between those who break through and those who don't. The successful ones don't let self-doubt call the shots. They feel it, they hear it, and they move anyway. And that's exactly what you're going to do. Self-doubt is like a shadow. It's always lurking, ready to stretch bigger when the light dims. It tells you you're not smart enough, not talented enough, not worthy of the things you want. It plants seeds of uncertainty that grow into full-on weeds if you let them. But here's the kicker. It's a liar. It's not the truth about you. It's just a feeling, a trick your mind plays when fear sneaks in. And the best way to beat it? Action. You don't have to outsmart it or outtalk it. You just have to outmove it. When you take a step, no matter how small, you prove to that voice that it's wrong. You show yourself what you're really made of. Think about this. Every time you've succeeded at something big or small, you had to push past a flicker of doubt to get there. Maybe it was finishing a tough project, asking for a raise, or just getting through a hard day. You didn't feel 100% sure, but you did it anyway. Those wins? They're gold. They're proof that self-doubt doesn't know you as well as it thinks. So the next time it creeps in, don't run from it, turn to your past. Remind yourself of those moments when you thought you couldn't, but you did. Maybe you aced a test you studied for, survived a breakup you thought would break you, or stood up for yourself when it felt impossible. Those are your weapons. Pull them out, hold them up, and let them silence the noise. Let me share a quick story. A while back, I wanted to take on something new, a challenge I dreamed about but never dared to try. The doubt was loud. You'll flop. You're not ready. Who do you think you are? I almost listened. But then I remembered a time I'd pushed through, a moment when I'd been terrified to speak in front of a group, but I did it, shaky voice and all. It wasn't perfect, but I made it. That memory was my lifeline. I grabbed it, told myself, I've done hard things before, and took the first step. Did I stumble? Sure. Did I survive? Absolutely. And each step after that got easier. You've got those moments too. Dig them up and use them. They're your shield. Now here's a big one, perfection. Self-doubt loves to feed on the idea that you have to get everything right. It says, if you're not perfect, you're a failure. Or don't even try unless you can nail it. But let's flip that. Perfection isn't the goal. It's an illusion, a trap that keeps you stuck. Nobody's perfect, not me, not you, not the people you admire most. And that's okay. What matters is progress, not flawlessness. Every messy step, every good enough effort is a win. So stop beating yourself up when you don't hit some impossible standard. Treat yourself with kindness instead, the same way you cheer on a friend who's trying their best. I've had days where I've torn myself apart for not being perfect. A project wasn't as polished as I wanted. A goal took longer than I planned. I'd sit there, replaying every mistake, thinking, I'm such a screw-up. But that's self-doubt talking, not reality. One day, I decided to switch it up. I looked at what I'd done and said, hey, you showed up. You tried. That's enough for now. Felt weird at first, like I was letting myself off the hook. But it wasn't. It was compassion. It was giving myself room to grow instead of chaining myself to criticism. You deserve that too. Next time you fall short, don't kick yourself. Pat yourself on the back for being in the game. You're human, and that's more than enough. So how do you turn that into action? Because here's the secret sauce. Action is the antidote to self-doubt. It's the cure that works every time. When you're stuck in your head, overthinking every what if, the best way out is to do something, anything. You don't have to climb a mountain right away. Start with a hill. Want to chase a dream but doubt's holding you back? Don't plan the whole journey today. Just take one tiny step. Write one sentence, make one call, research one idea. That small move breaks the spell. It shifts you from I can't to I just did. And that's where your belief starts to rebuild. Think about it like this. Self-doubt is a bully, and bullies hate it when you fight back. Every action you take is a punch. It doesn't have to be a knockout, just enough to push it back. And the more you swing, the weaker it gets. Each step builds momentum like rolling a snowball downhill. At first, it's small, shaky, but keep going, and it grows bigger, faster, stronger. That's your confidence coming alive. You don't need to feel sure to start, you start, and the sureness follows. It's not about waiting for doubt to leave. It's about moving through it until it fades away. Let's get practical. Pick something you've been doubting yourself about, a goal, a skill, a change you want to make. Now break it down. What's one little thing you can do today? Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. Maybe it's sending an email you've been avoiding, practicing something for 10 minutes, or just saying yes to an opportunity. Do it. Feel the doubt, hear the chatter, and move anyway. Then tomorrow, do another. And the day after that, another. Watch how those steps stack up, how they quiet the voice, how they lift you higher. You're not just building a habit, you're building trust in yourself. And don't go it alone. Surround yourself with people who see your worth. The ones who'll say, you've got this, when you're not sure. They're your mirror, reflecting back the strength you might not see yet. I've had days where self-doubt had me in a chokehold, but a friend's encouragement, you're tougher than this, pulled me out. Find your cheerleaders. They'll help you see past the fog. With them, and with every step you take, you're rewriting the story doubt's been telling you. Here's the beauty of it. Overcoming self-doubt isn't about making it disappear forever. It's about shrinking it down to size, turning it from a wall into a speed bump. You'll still hear it sometimes, but it won't stop you. Because you've got action in your corner, you've got your past wins in your pocket, and you've got kindness in your heart. You're not perfect, and you don't need to be. You're moving, you're growing, and that's what counts. So, what's your next move? Take one step today, messy, small, whatever. Celebrate it, not because it's huge, but because it's yours. You're not defined by doubt, you're defined by what you do about it. You're stronger than you know, braver than you feel, and worthy of every dream you've got. The world's waiting for you to step up, and I'm right here cheering you on. Let's overcome self-doubt together, starting now. The power of resilience. Hey there, you unstoppable force. If you're here with me right now, it's because you've got a spark inside you, a dream, a drive, a hunger to rise above whatever life throws your way. And today, we're diving into one of the most incredible strengths you can tap into, resilience. This isn't just about surviving tough times. It's about thriving through them, about standing up taller every time you get knocked down. Resilience is your superpower, the ability to turn setbacks into comebacks and transform adversity into opportunity. So let's unpack this together and unleash the power that's already within you. Ready? Let's go. First off, what is resilience? It's not about dodging life's punches. Because trust me, they're coming. It's about taking the hit, feeling the sting, and getting back up anyway. It's the grit that says, I'm not done yet. When everything around you screams, give up. Life is unpredictable, full of curveballs, detours, and moments that test every ounce of your strength. Maybe it's a job loss, a heartbreak, a dream that didn't pan out. Those moments don't define you, your response does. Resilience is standing in the wreckage and saying, okay, what's next? How do I turn this around? That's where your power lives. Let me paint a picture. You're a rubber ball. Life throws you down hard. But instead of staying flat, you bounce. Maybe not as high at first, maybe a little wobbly, but you rise. That's resilience in action. It's not about pretending the fall didn't hurt. It's about knowing you've got what it takes to get back up. And here's the beautiful part. Every time you do, you turn the mess into a message, the struggle into a story. Adversity isn't your enemy, it's your training ground. It's the fire that forges you into someone stronger, wiser, unbreakable. Now, let's be real. Bouncing back isn't always easy. There are days when the weight feels too heavy, when the setbacks pile up, and you wonder if you've got anything left. I've been there, staring at a failure that felt like the end, tears in my eyes, thinking, this is it, I'm done. But here's what I've learned. Those moments aren't the end. They're the beginning. They're the raw material for your comeback. Resilience doesn't mean you never fall. It means you never stay down. It's the choice to see every stumble as a chance to grow, every bruise as a badge of courage. So how do you tap into this power? It starts with your attitude, a positive outlook that refuses to let negativity win. When life goes sideways, it's tempting to spiral, to dwell on what's wrong, to feel sorry for yourself, to think the universe is out to get you. I get it, that's human. But resilience says, not today. It's about finding the light, even in the dark. Maybe it's a lesson you can learn, a strength you didn't know you had, or just the fact that you're still here, still fighting. Positive attitude doesn't erase the problem. It shifts your focus. It turns why me into what now? And that's where the magic happens. Think about this. Every storm passes. The rain stops, the clouds part, and the sun comes out. Resilience is knowing that, even when you're soaked and shivering, the sun's still up there, waiting. Just holding on to hope when everything feels hopeless. Maybe you didn't get the promotion. Okay, what can you improve for next time? Maybe a relationship fell apart, tough. But what did it teach you about yourself? That positivity isn't blind optimism. It's active, gritty faith that there's something good on the other side. And when you hold on to that, you keep moving step by stubborn step. Persistence is the other half of this equation, the unrelenting drive to keep going no matter what. It's easy to push forward when things are smooth, but resilience shines when the road gets rough. It's the one more try when you've already tried a dozen times. It's the I'll figure it out when you're out of ideas. Think about a boxer in the ring. They don't win by never getting hit. They win by staying on their feet, swinging back round after round. That's you. Life's going to swing, but you've got the heart to swing back. Persistence isn't glamorous. It's sweaty, messy, determined, but it's what carries you through. Let me share a moment from my own life. A while back, I hit a wall, a big, ugly failure that knocked the wind out of me. I'd poured everything into something, time, hope, energy, and it crashed. I wanted to quit, to crawl under a blanket and call it a day. But something in me wouldn't let go. I took a deep breath, wiped my face and said, okay, what's the next step? It wasn't pretty. I was shaky, unsure, but I kept going. One tiny move, then another. And you know what? That persistence paid off. Not right away, but eventually. I turned that wreck into a win, and it made me tougher than I'd ever been. You've got that in you too, that fire that refuses to flicker out. Now, let's talk about failure because it's the heart of resilience. Most people see failure as a dead end, a sign they're not enough. But here's the truth. Failure isn't your definition, it's your teacher. It's not, I'm a failure. It's, I failed at this and here's what I learned. Every time you mess up, you're handed a gift, a chance to figure out what works, what doesn't, and how to come back better. Think about a kid learning to walk. They don't fall once and say, "Guess I'm a crawler forever." They tumble, they cry, they try again. That's resilience. And every time they stand, they're stronger. That's you too. Failure's power isn't in knocking you down. It's in what you do after. It's the raw material for your growth. Maybe you bombed a presentation. Okay, what can you tweak? Maybe a business idea flopped. Tough. But what did you gain? Each fall is a lesson, and each lesson makes you more. I've had my share of flops, projects that didn't land, plans that went sideways. At first, I'd take it personal, like it was proof I wasn't cut out for this. But then I shifted. This didn't work? What's the takeaway? That question turned every loss into a stepping stone. It's not about never failing. It's about never letting failure have the last word. So how do you build this resilience? Start with your mindset. Catch the negative thoughts and flip them. Next time something goes wrong, don't dwell on the why, ask what. What can I do now? What's one thing I can take from this? That keeps you moving forward instead of sinking back. Then, lean on persistence, commit to showing up, even when it's hard. Set a small goal, one push-up, one email, one deep breath, and do it. Then do it again tomorrow. Those little acts stack up, proving to you that you're tougher than the tough times. And don't forget your people. Surround yourself with those who lift you up, the ones who'll say, "You've got this." When you're on your knees, they're your anchors, your reminders that you're not alone. I've had days where resilience felt out of reach, but a friend's voice, "You've come too far to stop," pulled me back. Find your crew. They'll carry you when you can't carry yourself. With them, and with your own stubborn heart, you'll rise every time. Here's the payoff. Every time you bounce back, you're stronger. Not just a little, a lot. Each comeback builds muscle, mental, emotional, spiritual. You start to trust yourself, to know deep down that no matter what hits, you'll handle it. That's the power of resilience. It doesn't just get you through. It transforms you. You become the person who doesn't just survive storms, you dance in them. You're not fragile, you're forged. So what's your next bounce? Pick one thing life's thrown at you. A setback, a doubt, a hard day, and face it today. Take one step, small, shaky, whatever. See it as a chance, not a curse. Keep your eyes on the light, your feet moving forward. Because here's the truth. You're stronger than you think. You've made it through every tough moment so far, and you'll make it through the next. The world's waiting to see your comeback, and I'm right here cheering you on. Let's harness that resilience together, starting now. The importance of consistency. Hey there, you incredible go-getter. If you're here with me right now, it's because you've got a fire inside you, a dream, a goal, a vision that's itching to come alive. And today, we're diving into one of the most underrated yet unstoppable forces you can harness. Consistency. It's not the loudest player in the game. It's not the flashiest. But don't let that fool you. Consistency is the quiet habit that builds empires. One steady step at a time. It's the cornerstone of every big win. And I'm here to show you why it matters and how to make it yours. So let's get into it, together. First things first. Consistency is the unsung hero of success. It's not about being perfect every day or making huge leaps that grab headlines. It's about showing up, again and again, with a rhythm that turns small efforts into massive results. Think of it like a heartbeat, steady, regular, keeping everything alive. You don't need to be flawless. You just need to be faithful. It's the daily grind, the unglamorous hustle, the choice to do the work even when no one's watching. That's what separates the dreamers from the doers, not talent, not luck, but the habit of sticking with it. Picture this, you're carving a path through a forest. You don't chop down every tree in one swing. That's impossible. Instead, you take your axe, swing once, then again, then again. Each strike chips away a little more, and over time, the path clears. That's consistency at work. Every swing, every email you send, Every workout you finish, every idea you jot down, might not look like much on its own. But do it day after day, and you'll look back to see a highway where there used to be wilderness. It's not about the size of the swing. It's about the fact that you keep swinging. Now, let's talk about how this actually happens through discipline and habits. Consistency isn't about waiting for inspiration to strike. Because trust me, motivation is a fickle friend. Some days it's there, cheering you on. Other days it's nowhere to be found. That's where discipline steps in, the backbone that gets you moving when you'd rather hit snooze. It's the "I'm doing this anyway" mindset that kicks in when the couch looks cozier than your goals. And habits? They're the secret sauce. When you turn effort into routine, you don't have to think about it. You just do it, like brushing your teeth or locking the door. Let me share a little story. A while back, I wanted to build something, a project that meant the world to me. I started strong, full of energy, but a few weeks in, the shine wore off. I'd wake up tired, uninspired, thinking, maybe tomorrow. But I knew that tomorrow could turn into never. So I set a rule: 15 minutes a day, no excuses. Some days, I dragged myself to it, grumbling the whole way. But I did it. And you know what? Those 15-minute chunks built a habit. That habit built discipline. And over time, I didn't need to drag myself anymore. It was just what I did. That's how consistency carried me forward, even when motivation bailed. Here's the big truth. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. We've all been sold the idea of quick wins, the overnight success, the instant transformation. But dig into those stories, and you'll find years of steady work behind them. Real progress takes time, and that's okay, because every step counts. It's not about crossing the finish line today. It's about staying in the race, lap after lap. Think about a marathon runner. They don't win by sprinting the first mile and collapsing. They win by pacing themselves step by step, mile by mile, until they're the last one standing. That's you. Your dream is the finish line, and every small move gets you closer. Let's be honest. Consistency can feel slow. You show up, you put in the work, and sometimes it's like, where's the payoff? I've been there, grinding away, wondering if it's worth it when nothing seems to change. But here's the thing, growth isn't always loud. It's happening under the surface, like roots spreading before the tree breaks ground. You might not see it today, tomorrow, or even next month. But keep going, and one day you'll look back and think, whoa, I built that. Every step, even the tiny ones, has value. It's stacking up, building momentum, turning maybe into definitely. So how does this work in real life? It's about building systems, habits, and discipline that don't rely on how you feel. Pick something you want. Maybe it's getting healthier, learning a skill, growing a side hustle. Break it down into one small daily thing. Want to run? Start with 5 minutes. Want to write? Do 1 paragraph. Tie it to a cue, like after your coffee, so it slots into your day. Then do it every day, no matter what. Some days you'll crush it, some days you'll limp through, that's fine. The point isn't perfection. It's presence. You're there, you're doing it, and that's what builds the bridge to your goal. And let's talk about those off days, because they happen. Life's messy. A late night, a sick kid, a curveball you didn't see coming. Consistency doesn't mean you never miss a beat. It means you don't let one miss turn into a meltdown. I've had days where I couldn't stick to my plan, too tired, too busy, too everything. Early on, I'd beat myself up, thinking, I blew it. But that's a trap. One skip doesn't erase your streak, quitting does. So I learned to shrug it off, say, okay, tomorrow, and get back to it. That's the power of consistency. It's forgiving, flexible, but firm. Keeps you in the game. Here's where it gets good. Consistency builds you up inside and out. Every time you show up, you're training your discipline muscle, making it stronger, tougher, more reliable. You stop needing a pep talk to get going, you just go. And those habits, they become your autopilot, carrying you forward when the spark's low. But it's more than that. It's the confidence that grows with every step. You start trusting yourself, knowing you've got the staying power to see things through. That's not just progress, that's power. You're not hoping for success anymore, you're making it happen. Think about someone you admire, a musician, an entrepreneur, an athlete. They didn't get there by dabbling when they felt like it. They showed up day in, day out, honing their craft. A guitarist doesn't master a song in one jam session. They play it 1,000 times, tweaking, refining, sticking with it. That's consistency. It's not sexy. It's sweaty, steady, real. And it's yours to claim. You don't need their talent or their stage. You just need their habit. Start where you are with what you've got and keep going. So how do you make this yours today? Pick one thing, something tied to your dream, and commit to it daily. Keep it small, 5 minutes, one task, whatever fits. Track it, a check mark on a calendar, a note in your phone. So you see the chain grow. That visual is fuel. And when life interrupts, because it will, don't panic. Miss a day? Fine. Just don't miss 2. Get back to it. The goal isn't a perfect record. It's a persistent one. Every step, even the shaky ones, is a brick in your foundation. Here's the payoff. Consistency turns dreams into reality. It's not about speed. It's about staying power. You're not sprinting to the finish. You're walking, jogging, crawling if you have to. But you're moving. And one day you'll look up and see how far you've come. That business you started, thriving. That skill you learned, mastered. That life you wanted, yours. Because you didn't quit. You didn't wait for the perfect moment. You made every moment count. So what's your next step? Start now, not tomorrow, not when you're ready. Do one small thing today, then do it again tomorrow. Watch it build, watch it grow, watch it change you. Because here's the truth. Success isn't for the fast. It's for the faithful. You've got the heart, the grit, the power to keep going. The world's waiting to see what you'll do, and I'm right here rooting for you. Let's embrace consistency together, starting now. Embracing change. Hey there, you fearless trailblazer. If you're here with me right now, it's because you're ready to step into something bigger. A life that's bold, vibrant, and fully yours. And today, we're diving into one of the most powerful forces you'll ever face. Change. It's the one constant we can't escape. The wild card that shakes things up when we least expect it. But here's the thing, change isn't something to dread. It's not a threat lurking in the shadows. It's an opportunity, a doorway to growth, a chance to become more than you are right now. So let's flip the script, embrace the unknown, and turn change into your superpower. Ready? Let's dive in. First off, let's get this straight. Change is inevitable. It's woven into the fabric of life, as sure as the sun rises and the seasons shift. Your job changes, your relationships evolve, your dreams take new shapes. Even you, the person you are today, isn't the same as yesterday, and won't be tomorrow. We often fight it, don't we? We dig our heels in, clinging to the familiar, thinking, if it stays the same, I'm safe. But here's the truth. Staying the same isn't safety, it's stagnation. Change isn't here to ruin you. It's here to stretch you, to push you toward a version of yourself you haven't met yet. It's not the end of the road. It's a new beginning. Think about this. Every big moment in your life, every win, every leap came from change. That time you moved to a new city, started a new job, or let go of something that wasn't working. It was scary, sure, but it opened doors. It grew you. Maybe it didn't feel like it in the thick of it, the uncertainty, the what-ifs, but looking back, you see it, right? Change was the spark. It's not the enemy we make it out to be. It's the fuel for everything you're capable of becoming. And when you embrace it instead of resisting it, you unlock a world of possibility. Now, let's be real. Change can feel like a roller coaster, thrilling one minute, terrifying the next. The unknown is a big part of that. We fear what we can't see. What if it goes wrong? What if I can't handle it? I've been there, standing at a crossroads, heart racing, mind spinning with worst-case scenarios. A new opportunity came my way once, and I almost said no because it meant shaking everything up. The fear was loud. You'll fail. You're not ready. But here's what I've learned. The unknown isn't a monster. It's a canvas. It's where the new stuff happens, where you find out what you're made of. Embracing change means stepping into that blank space and painting something bold. So how do you do this? It starts with a growth mindset, that beautiful belief that you're not fixed, that you can adapt, learn, and thrive no matter what comes. A growth mindset doesn't see change as a dead end, it sees it as a classroom. Lost a job? Okay, what skills can you build? Plan fell apart? Cool, what's the next move? It's not about pretending it's easy. It's about knowing you've got the power to grow through it. Think about a plant. When the pot gets too small, you don't leave it there to wither. You repot it, give it new soil, more room. Change is your repotting. It's uncomfortable, but it's how you spread your roots. And then there's attitude, the positive lens that turns chaos into chance. It's easy to focus on what's hard about change, the disruption, the loss, the "I didn't sign up for this." But what if you flipped it? What if you looked for the good? Maybe a shakeup forces you to rethink a goal, and you land on something better. Maybe letting go of an old habit clears space for a new passion. I've had moments where change hit hard. A friendship faded. A dream shifted. And at first, I sulked. But then I asked, what's the upside? Turns out that fade made room for new connections, that shift sharpened my focus. Positive attitude doesn't deny the tough stuff. It finds the gold in it. Let me tell you about a time I had to lean into this. A few years back, life threw me a curveball, a big, unexpected change I didn't see coming. Everything I'd built felt like it was crumbling, and I was lost. The old me would have fought it, clung to what was, but I decided to try something new. I embraced it. I said, okay, this is happening. How can I make it work? It wasn't instant. I stumbled, I doubted, but I kept my eyes on the possibility. I learned new things, met new people, grew in ways I never would have otherwise. That change, it didn't break me, it made me, and it can do the same for you. Here's the glue that holds it together. Patience and trust. Change isn't a microwave meal. It doesn't cook up in 30 seconds. It's a slow roast, taking time to simmer, to settle. And that's tough, right? We want results now, proof that it's worth it. But growth is gradual. You don't see the shoots the day you plant the seed. Patience says, I'll keep going, even if it's slow. Trust says, I believe this is leading somewhere good, even if I can't see it yet. Together, they carry you through the uncertainty, past the "is this even working?" moments, to the place where change blooms into something incredible. Think about a caterpillar in a cocoon. It doesn't become a butterfly overnight. It's a process, messy and hidden. If it gave up halfway, we'd never see the wings. That's you in change. You're in the cocoon, transforming, even when it feels like nothing's happening. I've had times where I'd push through a shift, new city, new gig, and weeks in, I'd think, this is a bust. But I stuck with it, trusted the process, and eventually the wings showed up. Maybe not fast, maybe not perfect, but real. Patience and trust kept me going, and they'll keep you going too. So why embrace change at all? Because resisting it keeps you stuck. When you fight the tide, you exhaust yourself, holding on to old patterns, old fears, old limits that don't fit anymore. But when you flow with it, you open up to new paths, new strengths, new yous. Change is how you evolve, how you shed what's holding you back and step into what's calling you forward. It's not just about surviving it. It's about thriving in it, about using it to build a life that's richer, fuller, truer to who you are. Let's get practical. How do you start today? First, shift your lens. Next time change knocks, don't flinch. Ask, what's the opportunity here? Maybe it's a skill to learn, a chance to pivot, a fresh start. Second, lean on that growth mindset. Tell yourself, I can handle this. I'll figure it out. Third, stay positive. Find one good thing in the mess, even if it's small. And finally, be patient. Give it time. Trust that every step, even the shaky ones, is moving you toward your goal. Start small, a new routine, a tough talk, a leap you've been avoiding, and ride the wave. Here's the beauty of it. Embracing change makes you unstoppable. It's not about avoiding the unknown. It's about dancing with it. You become the person who doesn't just weather storms but builds boats in them. You don't need everything to stay the same. You need you to keep growing. And every time you say yes to change, you're saying yes to your potential, to the bigger, bolder, braver you waiting on the other side. So what's your next change? Pick one thing shifting in your world, a job, a relationship, a dream, and embrace it today. Take one step, messy, uncertain, whatever. See it as a gift, not a burden. Be patient, trust the journey, and keep your eyes on the growth. Because here's the truth. Change isn't here to stop you, it's here to lift you. You've got the heart, the mind, the power to turn it into something amazing. The world's waiting to see what you'll become, and I'm right here cheering you on. Let's embrace change together, starting now. Hey there, you extraordinary soul. We've been on quite a journey together, haven't we? From mastering your mindset to embracing change, we've covered the tools, the heart, and the hustle it takes to build the life you've always dreamed of. And now, as we wrap this up, I want to bring it all together, to tie a bow on this adventure, and send you off with a fire in your belly and a spark in your eyes. Because here's the truth. Success isn't a finish line you cross once and call it a day. It's a continuous journey, a winding road that demands resilience, consistency, and a fearless embrace of change. And you've got everything it takes to walk that road and make it yours. Let's start with this. Success is a living, breathing thing. It's not a trophy on a shelf or a checkmark on a list. It's a story you write every day, with every choice, every step. It's messy, it's beautiful, it's yours. And what fuels this journey? Resilience, that unshakable ability to rise after every fall, to turn setbacks into setups for something greater. Consistency, the steady drumbeat of effort that builds your dreams brick by brick, day by day. And change, the wild, unstoppable force that pushes you to grow, adapt, and become more than you ever thought possible. These aren't just ideas. They're the heartbeat of your success, the rhythm that keeps you moving forward. Think about it. Every hero's tale, every legend you've ever admired, is built on this trifecta. They didn't win because life was easy. They won because they kept going when it wasn't. They stumbled, they doubted, they faced storms, but they bounced back. They stayed the course, they rolled with the punches. That's what I see in you. You're not here to coast, you're here to conquer. And every twist in your path, every moment that tests you, is part of the bigger picture, the story of how you became the best version of yourself. Now, let's talk about failure, because it's the thread that ties this all together. Every fall, every no, every flop, every not yet, is a gift in disguise. It's not a stop sign. It's a detour, a chance to stand up stronger, wiser, tougher. I've had my share of wipeouts at times when I thought, this is it, I'm done. But every time I got back up, I found something new, a lesson, a spark, a piece of myself I didn't know was there. That's what failure does. It strips away the fluff and builds the muscle. And your potential is limitless, infinite, boundless, but only if you believe it and back that belief with action. Doubt can whisper all it wants, but your moves shout louder. Picture this, you're a phoenix. Life might burn you down, a rejection, a loss, a dream deferred, but you don't stay in the ashes. You rise, wings blazing, every feather forged from the heat of what you've been through. That's resilience. You keep showing up, laying those bricks, even when the blueprint's blurry. That's consistency. And when the winds shift, when the ground moves, you spread those wings and soar with it. That's embracing change. Every failure is fuel for that fire. Every comeback a testament to your power. You're not just surviving this journey. You're shaping it, owning it, making it epic. So where does that leave you? Right here, right now, with a choice. Success doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It starts when you do. Today isn't just another day. It's your launchpad. It's the moment you say, I'm in this all the way. Hold fast to your faith, in yourself, in your dreams, in the process, because that belief is your anchor. It's what keeps you steady when the waves crash, what pulls you forward when the path twists. And then, move. Step toward that goal, that vision, that life you see in your heart. The future isn't some far-off prize. It's yours to claim, piece by piece, starting today. Let me share one last story. A while back, I stood at a crossroads. A dream I'd chased had crumbled, and I was lost. Resilience felt distant. Consistency felt like a chore. And change? I wanted to run from it. But I took a breath, looked at the wreckage, and thought, okay, I'm still here. What's next? I started small, one step, one day, trusting that it'd lead somewhere. It wasn't fast, it wasn't pretty, but it worked. I kept going, adapted, grew. And now, I'm stronger for it. You've got your own crossroads. Maybe you're at one now. Don't back down. Start today, believe in yourself, and move forward. That's how you win. Here's the beauty of it. This journey isn't linear. It's full of highs and lows, twists and turns. But every inch brings you closer to who you're meant to be. There'll be days when doubt creeps in, when you question everything. That's normal. But in those moments, remember this. You're not defined by how many times you fall. You're defined by how many times you rise. You've got resilience to carry you through the storms, consistency to build your dreams, and the courage to embrace every change. Your potential is a wide-open sky, no limits, no ceiling, just endless possibility waiting for you to claim it. So what's your move? Don't wait for permission, for the stars to align, for the fear to fade. Start now. Take one step today, messy, small, brave, toward what lights you up. Keep that faith burning, even when it flickers. Move forward, even when it's hard. Because the future is not out there, dangling just out of reach. It's in your hands, shaped by your choices, your grit, your heart. You're not chasing success, you're creating it, day by day, moment by moment. And every time you rise, every time you persist, every time you adapt, you're proving to the world and yourself what you're made of. This isn't the end, it's the beginning. The road ahead won't always be smooth, but it's yours. There'll be obstacles, sure, but you've got the tools. Resilience to bounce back, consistency to keep going, change as your ally. Trust yourself, you're stronger than you know, braver than you feel, capable of more than you imagine. The life you want, the person you're destined to become, it's all waiting on the other side of your next step. So take it. Start today. Keep believing. Move forward. The future is yours to shape, and it's going to be incredible. And now, a huge, heartfelt thank you to all of you, the amazing ZenLight 8 community. You're the heartbeat of this journey, the light that keeps this fire burning. Thank you for showing up, for listening, for daring to dream big and chase what sets your soul on fire. Every moment you spend here, every step you take with me, is a testament to your strength, your courage, your unstoppable spirit. You inspire me more than you know. Your stories, your grit, your willingness to grow light up my world. If this journey has sparked something in you, a flicker of hope, a burst of courage, a push to start, I'd love for you to stay with us. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and let's keep this adventure going together. ZenLight 8 isn't just a channel. It's a movement, a family of dreamers and doers, and you're a vital part of it. Your future is bright, your potential is limitless, and I can't wait to see where this road takes you. Thank you for being here, for believing in yourself, for lighting up the world in your own unique way. Let's keep rising, keep pushing, keep shining together. I'll see you at the top.